Welcome back to our look at the 1994 World Rally Championship, and now we turn our attention to round 6, the 14th Rally of Argentina. Held mainly over gravel stages, and the battle for the championship very much on now, with the tie for the lead between Carlos Sainz and Juha Kankkunen, with Auriol only just behind. Juha Kankkunen first on the road and a little bit off the pace in the early stages, certainly being the first car to go through the stages, proving to be a little bit of a disadvantage as he was effectively clearing the way for some of his competitors. Carlos Sainz took the lead from Colin McRae, although Sainz did suffer some shock absorber problems early on in the event. Still, nevertheless, the Subaru proving very quick indeed over these gravel stages, and over the course of the year, the Subaru always proving very quick, particularly through the tighter and more twisty gravel events. Mickey Biasion in the number 3 Ford Escort Cosworth. He bent his suspension on one of the many rocks littering the trail, but for Didier Auriol, similar problems because he bent a steering arm very early on the first day as well. Nevertheless, still pushing very, very hard indeed. Ari Vatanen, this occasion, was in a works car run by the factory from Borum rather than the Schmidt Motorsport car. It's his first return to Argentina to rally since his big accident 9 years previously. And Colin McRae, the early leader of the event in the Subaru. Once again, McRae and Sainz proving the abilities of the Impreza on this type of terrain. Bruno Thierry in the number 7 Ford Escort Cosworth. And Colin McRae suddenly in trouble. The man who was leading the rally in trouble with puncture and then broken front suspension, which dropped him down into 6th position. Once again, caught out by some of those big rocks that line the sides of many of these trails in Argentina. So Carlos Sainz now the overall rally leader, but he now being chased by Didier Auriol. Auriol was really beginning to apply the pressure in 2nd place and looking to try and catch the Spaniard ahead of him. Juha Kankkunen suffering a misfire, couldn't join in on the battle quite so well, and although leading the championship with Auriol, it didn't look too good for Kankkunen at this stage. Problems for Mickey Biasion too.
Problem with the oil in the engine. I have lost all the oil from the engine, and I had to stop in the middle of the last stage of the day. Okay, this rally has not been so sparkling for me since the start. I was 4th overall, and that was my position. That was better than nothing. Now is nothing.
Well, Didier Auriol certainly challenging very hard to Carlos Sainz. The lead actually changing 4 times on the last day between him and the Spaniard in the Subaru, but it was Didier Auriol who was going to come through at the end to win by just 6 seconds. Well, Carlos Sainz certainly attacking to try and protect that lead, but in the end there was nothing he could do about the progress of Didier Auriol, and Sainz having to settle for 2nd position. Ari Vatanen lying in 3rd place, and 3rd place he would finish at the end as well, but 34 minutes behind Carlos Sainz, the 2nd place man. Some brake problems for Ari Vatanen, as well as a bit of bodywork damage now and then as well. Bruno Thierry finished in 4th place in the 2nd of the Ford Escort Cosworths after the demise of Mickey Biasion. And for Juha Kankkunen, big disappointment in that battle for the championship, when the engine, which had been misfiring so much throughout the rally, finally gave up the ghost completely.
Can we do anything?
So the victory then to Didier Auriol, 2nd place for Carlos Sainz, and 3rd for Ari Vatanen. Tragedy on the last stage when a spectator got killed. There were some 50,000 people watching on just 1 stage alone. In the championship then, Carlos Sainz still with a slight lead over Didier Auriol, but just 5 points the gap.